This is the second chapter of our lecture in anatomy, and we'll be focusing on the blood.
Blood is a red colored viscous alkaline fluid that flows through the body, and it provides a mechanism for rapid transport of nutrients, waste products, explosive gases, and cells, and they are powered by the pumping action of the heart. Before we go into the blood components, we need to know the system that are closely related with the blood. We have the cardiovascular system, the lymphatic system, and the circulatory system. Cardiovascular system is a system made up of blood vessels, blood, and heart, and the major function is to transport nutrients, gases, and hormones to the cell and pick up waste products from the cell to transport them to the areas of the body where they are excreted. We also have a lymphatic system, which is a network of vessels that return the fluid that escape from the blood vessels back to the bloodstream, and they include the lymphocytes, lymphoid tissues, and liver organs, which fight infection and give immunity to disease. And we have the circulatory system, which together with the cardiovascular system and lymphatic system make up the circulatory system. Functions of blood are into three major components, which are transportation, protection, and regulation. Transportation. How does blood helps in transportation? 1. Blood helps to transport oxygen away from the lungs and around the body. 2. They also help to transport carbon dioxide from the body cells to lungs. 3. They help to transport nutrients such as glucose, amino acid from the digestive system to cells in our bodies. And 4. They help to take away metabolic waste products such as lactic acid from the muscles when it is produced by anaerobic respiration, urea from the liver to kidney and bladder. Under protection, the blood helps to restrict free losses through damaged vessels. 2. Platelets in the blood and clotting proteins minimize blood loss when the blood vessels is damaged. 3. The white blood cells in the blood help kill pathogens and microbes that stray into the body substances. Under regulation, blood helps to regulate the pH and electrolyte composition of the interstitial fluid, and they also help to maintain good circulation so that the blood flow keeps the body temperature steady at 37 degrees Celsius. So what are the main blood components? Blood contains cellular and liquid components, which are made of specialized connective tissue. And the components are the cellular component is the blood cell, which are the form element, and the liquid component is the plasma, which is a fluid portion and fibrinogen. But the blood volume of a male and a female varies, with a male having up to 5 to 6 liters of blood, while females is having up to 4 to 5 liters of blood. And the pH of the blood is about 7.35 to 7.45. The difference in the blood volume of male and female might be due to the monthly blood loss by the female, which is responsible for a lower blood volume when compared to the male. The form element are the blood cell, and this blood cell they made up of 45% of blood, and there are three. We have the erythrocyte, the leukocyte, and the platelet. The erythrocyte is also known as the red blood cell, the leukocyte also called the white blood cells, and the platelet also called the thrombocytes. Blood plasma. They make up 55% of the blood and is a straw colored sticky free portion of the blood or an extracellular substances of the blood. The components are water 90%, and solid components are 1. We have the ions, which are sodium ion, chloride ion. Plasma contain nutrients, which are the sugar, amino acid, lipid, cholesterol, vitamins, and trace elements. We have three main proteins, which are albumin 60%, globulin, and fibrinogen. They have dissolved gases that include oxygen and carbon dioxide, and they also contain waste products, which are other protein waste. They have pigments, which include a small amount of bilirubin, carotene, that give plasma its characteristics yellow color. So this is a composition of the whole blood. A sample of the blood that was centrifuged to know the contents of the plasma and the blood cell. So for the diagram, we have the plasma and the form element. The plasma is 60%, and while we have the form element about plasma is about 55% averagely, while the form element is about 45%. So the plasma composition contains the plasma protein, other solutes, and water, which is 92%. The plasma protein are albumin, which is 60%, that are major contributors to osmotic pressure of plasma. They transport lipid, steroid hormone. Globulin is about 35%, that transports ions, hormones, lipid, and immune function. Fibrinogen, they are about 4% of the plasma protein, and they are the essential component of the clotting system that can be converted to insoluble fibrin. And we have the regulating protein, which is less than 1%, which are the enzymes and proenzymes and the hormones. The other solutes are the electrolyte, organic nutrients, and organic waste. The electrolytes are the normal extracellular fluid ion composition essential for vital cellular activities. The ions contribute to osmotic pressure of body fluid. Our major plasma electrolytes are sodium ion, potassium ion, calcium ion, magnesium ion, chloride ion, hydrogen carbonate ion, hydrogen phosphate ion, and sulfate ion. Organic nutrients, they are used for ATP production, the growth and maintenance of cell, and also include lipid, carbohydrates, and amino acid. And the organic waste are carried to the site of breakdown or excretion, which include urea, uric acid, creatinine, bilirubin, and ammonium ions. So these are the components or composition of plasma. The form element, which I said is about 45%, are into three. We have the white blood cell, platelet, and red blood cell. Red blood cell is the most abundant, which is about 99.9%, while the platelet and the white blood cell are just about 0.1%. The white blood cell is about 5 parts. We have the highest being the neutrophil, which is between 50 to 70%, followed by lymphocytes, which is about 20 to 30%, followed by the monocyte, 2 to 8%, eosinophil, 2 to 4%, and basophil, less than 1%. The form element of the blood, as I've discussed earlier. So this is just a diagram showing us the different form element of the blood. So that is the white, represent the white blood cell, and the structure of the biconcave disc, which is the red blood cell, and the platelets. And this is a slide showing us the distribution of the blood cell. We have the white blood cell, the neutrophil part, that is one with the pink structure there, and we have the most abundant being the red blood cell, and we have the other one, the platelet, which are the smallest component of the blood. So this is still also trying to show us the components of the blood. And after this topic, we are going to now explain each of the type of the blood cells, which are the white blood cell, the red blood cell, and the platelets. So in this diagram, you can see that we have the whole blood with 55% plasma and 45% blood. For the form element, we have platelets, which is just about 150,000 to 400,000, and we have the white blood cell, which is about 5,000 to 10,000, and we have the red blood cell, which is about 44.8 to 5.4 million per microliter. The origin and production of form elements. The form elements are the red blood cell, white blood cell, and platelets. And all these blood cells originate from the cells in the bone marrow called pluripotent stem cells. And there's a negative feedback system that regulates the total number of red blood cell and platelets in circulation, and abundance of white blood cell type based of response to invading pathogens or foreign antigens. And this process of formation of blood cells is called hemopoiesis or hematopoiesis. As I said, bone marrow is the site for blood cell formation. These pluripotent stem cells have the ability to develop into many different types of cells. And these pluripotent stem cells, they give rise to two different types of cells, which are the lymphoid stem cells, which migrate to lymphatic tissue, and myeloid stem cells, which remain in the bone marrow. These cells then divide by mitosis to produce all other kind of blood cells. When the stem cell divides, it first becomes an immature red blood cell, white blood cell, or platelet producing cells. These immature cells then divide, mature further, and ultimately become mature red blood cell and white blood cells or platelets. We have two types of white blood cells. We have the B lymphocytes, also produced in the lymph node, spleen, and T lymphocytes are produced and mature in thymus. So the rate of blood cell production is controlled by body needs. Normal blood cell lasts for a limited time, ranging from few hours to few days for white blood cell, to about 10 days in platelet, and to about 130 days in red blood cell, and must be replaced consistently. So this is a diagram showing us the formation of the red blood cells in general. As we said, they all originate from the bone marrow, and the cells in the bone marrow that helps in formation of blood cells is called the pluripotent stem cell. So from this diagram, from the pluripotent stem cells, we have two cells that is coming from the pluripotent stem cell. We have the myeloid stem cells and the lymphoid stem cells. These myeloid stem cells are the ones that remain in the bone marrow, but the lymphoid stem cells are the ones that migrate to the lymphatic tissues. The myeloid stem cell, they divide through mitosis to produce all other kind of cells, which are: 1. The myeloid stem cell divide to proerythroblast, megakaryoblast, eosinophilic myeloblast, basophilic myeloblast, myeloblast, and monoblast. The proerythroblast is the one that will form the immature red blood cell called the reticulocyte, which later then divide and mature further and ultimately become a mature red blood cell called erythrocyte. Also, the megakaryoblast also divide to form immature platelet called megakaryocyte, which is mature to form to become a mature platelet, which is the thrombocyte. We know we have different type of white blood cell. Out of the type of white blood cell, only eosinophil, basophil, and neutrophil and monocytes are from the myeloid stem cell. So the myeloid stem cell divide to form the eosinophilic myeloblast, which mature to form the eosinophil. Basophilic myeloblast mature to form the basophil. Myeloblast mature to form the neutrophil, and monoblast mature to form the monocytes. And these monocytes, they migrate to the tissue as macrophage. The pluripotent stem cell, I said the second cells that it divide into is the lymphoid stem cells, and which I said it migrate into the tissue. And this one, they produce all the three type of lymphocytes. We have the lymphoid stem cell will form the T lymphocyte, the B lymphocyte, and natural killer cell. And these are mature from the T lymphoblast, B lymphoblast, and natural killer lymphoblast respectively. And these B lymphocytes, they migrate into the plasma cell. So this is a chart showing us the general formation of all the blood cells, and the process is called hemopoiesis, which is blood cells formation. So the stem cells in the bone marrow also they produce themselves, proliferate and differentiate, and these cells that differentiate from them enter the bloodstream through sinusoids, and form elements do not divide once they leave the red bone marrow except the lymphocytes, which they migrate into the tissue to form the type of their cells. So just also, as I said earlier, this protein stem cell, we said they produce the myeloid stem cell and the lymphoid stem cell. So the myeloid stem cell give rise to red blood cell, platelet, monocyte, neutrophil, and eosinophil and basophil, while the lymphoid stem cell give rise to lymphocytes. The hemopoietic growth factor regulate differentiation and proliferation. We have erythropoietin that control the differentiations of red blood cell. Thrombopoietin is one that regulates the production or formation of platelets, and coloning stimulating factors and interleukins, they are the one that regulates the formation of white blood cells.